A woman claims her mom died from medical complications she experienced while evacuating the Spokane area fires. Officials are now investigating to find out if the suspected arsonist can be held accountable.
And I'm tracking the forecast. Widespread sunshine, some haze out there in the distance. A look at your air quality ahead.
And today, progress on future data centers in Spokane County could be paused. What concerns commissioners will consider in their decision. Hello and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Regan Gallo. Laura Papetti has the day off today. And as we get started on KREM 2 News at noon, we're going to take a look outside to Jenny in our outdoor weather center. Jenny, you look beautiful in white today, especially with the Coeur d'Alene Lake behind you. It's a very great accent. Okay, you were saying beautiful temperatures outside today, maybe a little smoky. What should people expect as they kick off their afternoon today?
Yeah, thanks, Regan. Now that I've stepped out here in the Outdoor Weather Center, the sun is shining and it is another beautiful day over Lake Coeur d'Alene. But we are seeing a little bit of some more of that upper level smoke and haze blanketing our skyline. Temperatures, though, we're already on the up and up. Out in Coeur d'Alene, we're at 84 degrees. And we do have a little bit of a breeze picking up as well. That's something that is going to be increasing through the rest of this afternoon. I'm tracking some low 80s in Spokane. We're talking mid 80s currently in Moses Lake, 83 degrees right now down on the Palouse, with some upper 70s north to Sandpoint, Idaho. As we take a look at your current air quality, it is actually still moderate across much of eastern Washington and North Idaho, but the pockets of unhealthy air quality have still been concentrated out toward Omak and just north of Wenatchee, more toward the Orondo area. As we take a look at our current wind speeds, they have been coming out of the southwest area at about 9 to 12 miles per hour sustained. That's what we're seeing across Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but winds are actually going to continue to increase through the rest of this afternoon. So we do have an isolated area expected to have this red flag warning in place until 10 p.m. tonight, and it's mostly concentrated down toward the lower Palouse and the Snake River area, where we are going to watch for gusts up to 25 miles per hour, plus relatively low humidity levels later on this afternoon. So full timing and details of this, as well as the next arrival of an incoming system this weekend, in just a few minutes. Regan.
Jenny, thank you so much. Well, today we're continuing to track the growing debate over data centers in Spokane County. In a matter of hours now, county commissioners are voting on a proposed moratorium that would pause new data center projects for up to 6 months. This would pause land use and permit applications for data centers, allowing more time to assess a zoning ordinance to regulate the development and operation of data center facilities across the county. Now, at the meeting, a breakdown outlining best practices and information on data centers will be presented. It highlights that there are currently 8 data centers across Spokane County already. Details also highlight different types of data centers, power and utility considerations, best practices for water preservation, sound requirements, pollution control processes, and fire risk and mitigation. Now, about a month ago, KREM 2 spoke with community members of the West Plains Water Coalition, who have voiced their concerns about water use from the aquifer and ensuring access to clean water.
If the process recognizes that those of us that live here have a say in what happens next, then that process of collaboration and transparency can be applied to all the issues we have.
Again, this potential pause from the county commissioners comes after a month later, the city of Spokane voted on their own data center moratorium. It is anticipated they vote today at their regularly scheduled meeting starting at 2 p.m. And in Post Falls, the mayor, Randy Westland, says the city faces a nearly $17 million annual budget deficit and needs to make major changes. Westland says inflation, is skyrocketing and expenses also are to blame. His plan would rely on potential cuts to services, pausing hiring, and possibly selling off properties. He says the city won't rely on tax increases or savings to close the gap. He's asking people for feedback before bringing the plan to City Council. And today we're learning about the first known death potentially tied to the Spokane area fires. Kim Speedy says her mom, Pat, died from complications she suffered while she was evacuating her nursing home. KREM 2's Mark Hanrahan spoke with Kim and shares why she's hoping the man accused of starting the fire will be held accountable.
As thousands of people fled their homes in northwest Spokane on August 1st, Kim Speedy says she went to her mom's nursing home near the Dwight Merkel Sports Complex and helped wheel her mom's hospital bed into the parking lot as they waited for a ride to safety.
I mean, the sky was just dark from the smoke. The trees behind the facility were on fire. The neighborhood behind the facility was on fire. And I mean, just imagine not being in control of your body and laying in a bed just watching the world burn down around you. I mean, that's terrifying.
Kim says her mom moved into Spokane Health and Rehabilitation 4 years ago after suffering a stroke. Earlier this year, she moved into hospice care at the facility after being diagnosed with a rare condition that left her colon paralyzed. But her daughter says she was stable and not in pain. That all changed when she was evacuated.
And it was in that process, that she had to go down this bumpy road with potholes and out of the parking lot, and that caused extreme pain for her. She just looked at me and said, "Honey, something is not right. Something is wrong." And we knew then that she had likely ruptured her bowel in that move.
Kim says her mom died 8 days later on August 9th. She was with her in her final moments.
And they took an x-ray and said that she had a perforated bowel. And she just languished in agony in the hospital for 5 days before she went unconscious and then passed away.
The death is the only fatality reported to authorities connected to the fires. A spokesperson with the Spokane County Sheriff's Office confirms they, along with the prosecutor's office, are now investigating to see if they can add charges to Aaron Farinacci, the man charged with starting the Old Trails fire.
Do you think Aaron Farinacci is to blame for your mom's death?
I do. I think that if it weren't for the arson and the fire being at my mom's building, she would still be laying in her bed laughing with her friends. I definitely think that he's responsible for what ultimately led to my mom dying.
And personal protective equipment kits will be available for victims of the Spokane area fires. Starting today, they will be at the Spokane Fire Department Station 16. That's off of North Assembly from 3 to 6 p.m. The kits will have masks, gloves, and a protective suit. Then on Thursday, August 20th, Station 17, which is off of West Lowell Road, will have kits available for pickup between 3 to 6 p.m. as well. And the city of Spokane has a full list of what to do and what to wear while returning to properties impacted by the Spokane area fires. And today we are learning of a Spokane Valley man who was hit by a driver of a bus near the Gorge Amphitheater. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says the crash happened on Friday morning. Deputies say 29-year-old Alexis Eduardo Morgesevilla was dressed in dark clothing, walking near Silica Road Northwest when he stepped out onto the road and was hit by the bus. He was brought to a hospital. The incident is now under investigation. And the Spokane Transit Authority has launched a new and easy way for riders to report safety and security concerns. STA says all riders can use the CSay app. They can upload photos and videos of any issues they might see. The app is free to download, and all riders have to do is click Transit, then search for Spokane Transit. And this dog on your screen is recovering from injuries during the Spokane area fires. After the break, how she is inspiring her family to keep moving forward. But first, let's take a live look outside to Lake Coeur d'Alene. Looks beautiful. I see maybe a hint of haze out on the horizon there, but still looks like a beautiful day. I don't see any boats out there just yet, so maybe it'll get busier this afternoon. All right, we'll be right here after the break.